Hi, thanks for joining us today. I'm going to be focusing on foods that are really good for enhancing brain health. And so today I want to demonstrate how to make a walnut cherry smoothie. I really like this recipe, one, because it tastes really good, but two, it's really good for people of all ages. So it's a wonderful breakfast to send kids off before they go to school. It's going to be high in protein, high in fiber, and then high in antioxidants and other benefits that I'll talk about in a bit. So I wanted to go through some of the ingredients that we're going to be using. So the first thing is walnuts. Walnuts are a really wonderful nut. They're packed full of so much nutrition. They're really high in antioxidants, and the antioxidants, or the polyphenols that are in walnuts, actually is what we think is what's protecting the brain against early aging. There is a white flaky skin on the outside of a walnut, and a lot of people have a tendency to remove that because it has a little bit of a bitter taste to it, but you really need to keep that because that's actually where about 90% of the antioxidants are in the walnut. So what we do is we're using something like a sweet fruit like cherry to kind of help cover that bitter taste, so you get the best of both worlds and are really capitalizing on all the benefits of walnuts. Walnuts are also really, really high in vitamin E, and there's a special form of vitamin E in walnuts that is particularly good for the cardiovascular system. And so walnuts have a long history of being used to help prevent cardiovascular concerns, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, atherosclerosis. And so that form of vitamin E, which is called gamma tocopherols, is really beneficial, and it's one of the only food sources that actually has that form of vitamin E in it. Our next ingredient is hemp seeds. Hemp seeds are a really, really soft, small seed. They're fairly flavorless, and the really great part about hemp seeds is that when you blend them into any type of recipe, they just make it creamy. So in effect, it's like having yogurt or cream or something that's really fatty in your smoothie because it's having that creaminess, but you're using hemp seeds. Hemp seeds themselves do have some fat in them, and the fat form that's in them is omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3 fatty acids are particularly critical for brain development. We see that, as far as babies developing in utero, and then children as far as developing motor skills, speech skills, and then cognitive development and learning. So omega-3 fatty acids are very, very important. They're also very heart healthy too. Hemp seeds do give a good dose of protein, and so our combination of walnuts and hemp seeds really make this a protein-packed smoothie in the morning, which is going to stabilize blood sugar as well. Okay, our next ingredient is ground flax seeds. These are very, very high in fiber, and so very good for anyone who has any type of digestive issues. They have a lot of antioxidants that are very protective for breast cancer in here. Those antioxidants are called lectins, and a very good source of omega-3 fatty acids. So we're adding 3 sources of omega-3 fatty acids into this smoothie: the walnuts, the hemp seeds, and the flax seeds. Now, of course, something sweet, and so I'm using Bing cherries, and you can get them frozen or fresh. Really great. The darker the berry, basically the more concentrated the anthocyanins, which is another word for antioxidants, are. And we know that antioxidants protect the body against inflammation, and so adding any type of berry to your to smoothies or to food in general is a really great way to increase antioxidants and kind of decrease inflammation as a whole. So there's a half a cup of berries in here, and I did about a quarter cup of the nuts. Banana, great source of carbohydrates, something that will stick to your ribs, kind of sustain you throughout the morning. And bananas also provide a creamy texture. I'm using the spice cardamom. Cardamom is a very aromatic spice. It's used a lot in India and Eastern Asian cooking. In the United States, we use cardamom mostly in sweet things, but it has a lot of savory applications. It's very strong, so you just need a little bit, just a little pinch. And what cardamom does in terms of medicinal benefits is it is a little bit of a stimulant, and so it increases blood flow, and then it also blends all the flavors together so that you have a really nice blended flavor. And then as far as the liquid goes, I'm using almond milk today. You can use anything, between almond milk, coconut milk, flax milk, regular dairy milk. Pretty much you need any fluid that you're normally using. That's what it is. I like this setup here because a lot of blenders now have individual smoothie attachments, as smoothies have become much more popular. And so this is great because it doubles as a cup, and so you're really not needing to, dirty a bunch of dishes. You can also use any blender that you have. All of those are gonna work just fine. So I'm gonna turn this on, and then we're just gonna pulse it. And as you see, the nuts completely disintegrate into a very, very smooth texture of the smoothie. Same thing with both of the seeds. So they're really, really don't notice any texture of anything that would be rough. And so that's really acceptable to kids. And oftentimes that's a big thing for having smoothies taste good. Delicious, great way to start the day off.